Abba Yahweh, we ask for the strength of stillness. Renew our minds to respond as your children, rooted in patience and wisdom, not as victims driven by the passions of this world. May every word, every commandment you have given, bring forth true life in us. In the name of Yeshua HaMashiach, Amen.
Welcome back to the Deep Dive.
So today we're digging into a set of sources, all really pointing towards navigating life and culture through a specific lens.
That's right. And they all seem to funnel down really to this one core idea, this opposite reaction.
Opposite reaction. I like that term. It feels active.
It is very active. The sources frame it as, well, kind of divine restraint. It's this conscious choice, a disciplined choice to follow Yahweh's command.
Which often feels like the exact opposite of what the world or even our own first instinct tells us to do.
Precisely. It's structurally the direct opposite. The world says flex, Yahweh says humble.
Right. Or the world pushes revenge, get even.
Right.
But Yahweh commands forgiveness.
Exactly. And, another big one, chase the bag, secure your future. That's the world's way.
But the kingdom way. Seek first the kingdom. Trust him for the rest.
It's a totally different operating system.
Okay, let's unpack this. Because that polarity, that tension, it's everywhere, isn't it?
It really is. You see it constantly.
Like protect your peace, right? The world says cut people off, build walls.
But Yeshua, forgive 70 times 7, that's Matthew 18.
That takes unbelievable strength. It's not passive.
No, not at all. And think about retaliation. If they hit you, the world says hit back harder. Just instinct.
But Yeshua in Matthew 5 explicitly says turn the other cheek.
Which feels, well, it feels backwards. Completely counter to our worldly logic.
And that's intentional, isn't it, that feeling?
Absolutely. It has to be. It's what separates the kingdom's ways from the world's ways. It highlights the difference.
So this opposite reaction, it's not weakness, it's actually strength.
Profound spiritual strength. Think about it. It takes far more power, more control to move against the current.
Against the pressure from others and even from inside yourself.
Right. To choose humility when provoked. Or silence, instead of that quick clapback, that requires real power.
It reminds me of Romans 12.2, be not conformed to this world.
But be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Exactly. That's the core command, isn't it?
Change how you think, so you change how you react. Because we're his, we operate under different laws.
And those laws, they go way back. We can anchor this whole idea right in the Torah.
Okay.
Leviticus 18, verses 4 and 5. Yahweh tells us to keep his statutes, his judgments.
Which if a man do, he shall live in them. I always found that word choice fascinating. Live.
Me too. Because it's not just about, surviving. Or even just succeeding by worldly standards.
So what does live mean there?
Well, the Hebrew, kayim, it implies something much deeper. Vitality, flourishing, being truly alive because you're aligned with the source of life.
Ah, so it's about true spiritual life, not just breathing or having status.
Exactly. Keeping the commands isn't a burden. It's the path to that vitality. It pulls you out of that constant state of panic and reaction the world thrives on.
Moving from panic to vitality. I like that for him. The sources actually gave us a kind of practical table for this, didn't they? The kingdom response table.
Yes, showing the contrast. The carnal impulse versus the kingdom command.
Let's look at a couple. Conflict, for example. The default, especially online now, is immediate escalation. The clapback.
Instant reaction. But Proverbs 15.1 gives the kingdom command. A soft answer turneth away wrath.
Requires pausing, thinking, choosing softness over sharpness.
Totally different energy. Or think about wealth. The world conditions us for this frantic, often unethical chase.
Stressful, constant pressure.
But Deuteronomy 8.18 flips the script. It reminds us, he gives the power to get wealth. Why? To establish his covenant.
So the focus shifts from the chase itself to the covenant behind it. That changes everything.
It recenters your purpose. And what about anxiety? It's everywhere today.
Oh, definitely. The world says panic, worry, try to control everything.
But Philippians 4.6, the command is spiritual composure. Be careful for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication.
It's the opposite of worry. It's actively releasing that need for control.
And then there's offense, holding grudges,
Yeah.
wanting revenge.
Yeah.
So easy to fall into.
Almost feels natural sometimes, unfortunately.
It does. But Leviticus 19.1 is crystal clear. Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge. Love thy neighbor as thyself. It cuts off that reactive path completely.
So all these commands, they're designed to pull us out of that immediate fleshly reaction.
And into spiritual composure, into wisdom. It's like Proverbs 14.29 says,
He that is slow to wrath is of great understanding.
"But he that is hasty of spirit exalteth folly." Right there. Moving
Hmm.
slow, moving wise, that pause.
Yeah.
That's the kingdom move, especially under pressure.
Okay, let's connect that being slow to wrath to right now.
Hmm.
The sort of 2025 energy we see.
Yeah.
Everything's instant. TikTok reactions, quick posts on X, subtweets, those comment sections. They're built for immediate, often emotional responses.
Absolutely engineered for it.
Yeah.
Provoke and react. That's the model.
Someone throws shade, maybe a subtweet, and the urge is just immediate. Draft that sharp reply. Hit send.
And that speed, that urgency the platforms encourage, that's the very definition of being hasty of spirit. That's the folly Proverbs warns about.
It is.
We need to remember Proverbs 16.32. Ruling your own spirit, your internal reactions. That's better than being mighty, better than taking a city.
Wow. More powerful than conquest. Ruling your own reactions.
It's a greater form of dominion than any viral takedown or public win. Internal kingdom first.
It's so countercultural, though. We mistake quick wit for strength sometimes. But one of the sources shared a really powerful personal story about this. Divine restraint in action.
Oh yeah, the workplace one.
That's the one. A really stressful situation. A colleague was actively, trying to throw the speaker under the bus with leadership, misrepresenting things.
Oof. Been there. The temptation is strong.
Oh, absolutely. That natural carnal urge is to fire off that email immediately. The corporate clapback, you want to defend yourself, lay out the facts, screenshots, everything. Send it now.
Protect yourself. Control the narrative. That feels like the smart defensive move.
Right, but that quick email, that's sowing to the flesh, isn't it?
It almost always guarantees more conflict, escalation, maybe mutual destruction, professionally speaking.
Yeah. But in this story, the person paused, consciously chose the opposite reaction, prayed about it, decided to just hold their peace.
Instead of sending the fiery email, wow, that takes discipline.
Imagine the tension of waiting, though. But that silence, that deliberate restraint, it actually created space. And within days, the truth just surfaced on its own.
See, that's it. By choosing stillness, refusing to engage on that fleshly reactive level.
The lie just kind of collapsed under its own weight.
Exactly. Integrity held firm. And interestingly, the speaker actually gained favor with leadership because they showed that composure under fire. They let Yahweh handle the defense.
Gave him the space to work. It's Exodus 14.14 in action.
And ultimately, the perfect model for this is Yeshua himself, isn't it?
No question. Isaiah 53.7, he was oppressed, afflicted, accused.
Yet he opened not his mouth. That level of restraint under that kind of pressure, the world just can't comprehend it. It looks like weakness to the carnal eye.
But it's the ultimate strength.
Which brings us to the sort of spiritual science behind why this works.
Okay.
Every reaction, every choice plants a seed. Galatians 6.8 lays it out perfectly.
For he that soweth to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption.
But he that soweth to the Spirit shall of the Spirit reap life everlasting. It's cause and effect.
So reacting instantly, emotionally, out of fear or anger, that's sowing to the flesh, leads to decay, corruption, more chaos.
While responding based on Yahweh's instruction, choosing that opposite reaction, that sowing to the Spirit, it cultivates life, peace, order.
It's like building spiritual momentum, right?
Yeah.
One carnal reaction makes the next one easier.
Unfortunately, yes. But the reverse is also true. Every time you choose stillness, choose the opposite reaction, you build spiritual muscle. You strengthen that pathway.
You're essentially shifting your trust, aren't you? From your own quick defense to Yahweh's intervention?
Exactly, and that becomes your protection. That stillness is a shield.
When someone tries to pull you out of character, tries to draw you into their chaos, maintaining your peace, your composure, allows Yahweh to step in.
It goes back to Exodus 14.13 again. Yahweh shall fight for you.
And you shall hold your peace. Sometimes that silence, that stillness, is the most powerful statement you can make. It declares whose side you're on.
It really does.
So for everyone listening, as you go through your week, maybe you reflect on this. Where are you finding yourself reacting in flesh? Where is that immediate carnal impulse taking over?
Instead of responding in faith, rooted in the Word.
And when the world expects you to explode, maybe it's that email, that comment, that family argument. Can you make that active choice, the opposite move?
Can you choose stillness when everything screams for reaction?
Because this practice, this disciplined lifestyle, it really is what separates us. It's the mark of choosing to live under Yahweh's law.
Not the law of the jungle or the law of social media or even the law of your own immediate feelings. It's a constant, active decision.
It leads to a final thought, really. Something to mull over. how you handle pressure, how you react in those critical moments.
It doesn't just show your personality. It fundamentally reveals whose laws you're actually living by.